There will be a brief intermission where you can go upstairs and get pizza from Professor Pizza, best in the city. You guys are going to love that. And then closing out tonight, we've got a great band, Sapphire Street. Give it up for them. Hell yeah. Oh, no. My name is Dan. I will be your host. Make some noise if I'm your favorite comedian or you're just now learning I exist. Yeah, the podcast is paying off. This is going to be very fun for you guys. I look like all the Pep Boys at the same time. That's pretty sick. That's a fun reason to do comedy right there. You control why people laugh at you. Call myself the Pep Boys before you guys can, like those kids on the train. Works every time. Did it at a show recently, and a guy in the back stood up and went, "You look like a Make-A-Wish cop." And we stole that. That's a very good line from him. I like it. I had to go to the cops last summer. It was not fun. Someone was stalking me, and I had to go tell the cops that. And I have a bad look for convincing the police that I'm being stalked by someone. I look like everyone who has ever been in a lineup for that crime. The cops are like, "Are you sure you're not just dyslexic and you meant to tell us something else?" I would have an easier time letting one of them give me their gun for a little bit, but it is if you're a guy who's never been stalked, I recommend it. It is the most functional beginning of a relationship I have ever had. Because there's none of that weird, oh, is she going to text back? What does this emoji mean? Does she like me? It's like, she slashed all my car tires. I think she likes me. I think she's here for it. Didn't have to introduce her to any of my friends. She just found them on Instagram and sent them threatening messages. I was like, this is great. She eventually stopped talking, threatening me and stuff, but we're working on it. No, she stopped stalking me, and for a little bit, I was like, this is great. I got a lot safer. This is good for me. And then 5 minutes went by. I was like, is this good, or did I just lose the most ride or die bitch of all time? This is terrible. All right, relationship advice. We got any guys in the audience who are in a couple? This is just for the guys. I can't give women advice. They're better at relationships. All right, to the fellas, this is my only piece of advice. Don't get dumped. That is all I've got for you. There is no time you need a girlfriend more than right after you've been dumped. You're finally ready to talk about emotions, and you're stuck with your guy friends who are fucking useless. Every one of them has Monday morning quarterback advice for you. Dude, none of us even liked her, man. You dodged a bullet. It's that's how you're going to say that. So for 3 years, you just watched a bullet slowly approach me. You're like, nah, let him cook. He's got this one. I don't know. It's going good. I'm dating someone right now. I like it a lot. It's I'm doing things to adjust to the relationship. She likes dirty talk, and I'm not great at recognizing when that starts happening. And I'm trying to get better, but it is bad because sometimes she'll be like, "Yeah, are you gonna give it to me?" I'm like, "You're a guest in my house. You can have whatever you want." She's desperately trying to get sex. I'm getting her chamomile tea. It's bad. I don't know. You guys like me. I'll say this next thing. I was homeschooled when I was a kid. Yeah, that's why I need you to like me before I say that. No one heard that and was like, fuck yeah, let's smoke with this guy after the show. People hear that and they're like, this guy kisses his parents on the lips. I'm certain of that. Never been more sure of anything in my life. Yeah, maybe I do. I love my parents. They taught me math and English and a version of science with no dinosaurs in it. They rule. They're good people. They had to. My parents went to a mega church when I was a kid, which you guys know. It's a church that transforms into a big truck. And but they taught me all my science with that. And I never understood why. And then recently, a friend of mine, his kid asked me what the eclipse was, and I was like, oh, this is second grade science. I can handle this. So I was like, all right, so what the eclipse is there's a path of totality. We've all heard that. And then the way that it works is the moon is rotating around the Earth because of the Earth's gravity, and the Earth rotates around the sun because of the sun's gravity, but the moon apparently isn't affected by that gravity. And what happens is God saw you touch yourself, so all the lights are going off for a little while. You understand me, Tyler? They don't let me talk to that kid anymore, but it's cool. I don't know. I was a weird kid. I got picked on a lot when I was a kid. I was very small for my age. The medical term is little bitch. And I was lucky. My dad's like really pragmatic. Like when I was a kid, he sat me down. He's like, Dan, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're never gonna be the guy who beats him with this. All right, you gotta be the guy who beats him with this. And I was like, that's great advice. And then I went to the park the next day, and this kid started with me. He's like, hey, Dan, you can suck my dick. I was like, oh yeah, I may suck your dick. All right, why don't you crack a book, you fucking idiot? That kid stopped talking to me. A lot of kids stopped talking to me after that. It was. I do wish I was like scary though, like physically intimidating, because there's times that's useful. Like this one was stuck in my head the other day. Like if I ever had a daughter and she had a boyfriend I didn't approve of, like how could I scare him? I figure out what I would do. Stay with me. What I would do is first time he comes over, I would be sitting at the kitchen table and I am just polishing a shotgun, right? And the minute it's just me and him, I look that kid in the eye. I'm like, hey, young man. I know you think that you're hot shit, but that girl in the other room, that's my baby girl, all right? She's my pride and joy, my everything. You try anything with her, I'm going to kill myself with this here shotgun, you understand? I don't hardly even want to be here, dude. Give me a reason. I just have, like, eyeshadow and a Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirt on. They're getting in a limo to go to prom. I'm like, fucking try me. I don't know. I was talking to my brother-in-law the other day, and he was telling me it cost him $40,000 to marry my sister. That was how much their wedding cost. And it's in Ohio, so that's like $6 million here. But it blew my mind. My jaw hit the floor. I was like, fucking 40 grand to marry my mid-ass sister? That is a terrible deal, man. You couldn't pay me 40 grand to marry. He got so mad at me. I was like, all right, she's hot or whatever, I guess. I'm just kidding, guys. I would marry my sister. This is fun. I'm not. Who here's from Chicago? Hell yeah. I'm a native Chicagoan. I'm from Ohio, and I will never go back. You can't. All my friends from there are so condescending about it. Anytime I see them, they're like, "Dude, we know what you're paying for rent in Chicago. You moved out here. You have a yard, you have a dog, you have a house." I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. You got a big house. We're all proud of you. You also have a favorite Applebee's, though, so shut the fuck up with life advice for a little bit. I'll watch a homeless guy pee on the train every single morning, as long as I don't care what Chili's I'm in. That's a fair trade. I do like how like mean it is getting around the city. I saw this the other day. I was on the train. I saw a lady yelling at her kid. She was right in his face. She's like, that's why you need to shut up. You need to listen to adults. You need to act right. And then she looked over her shoulder at me and went, and some people need to mind their own goddamn business. I was like, I get what we're doing here. I looked that kid right in the eye. I was like, yeah, you little shit, fucking mind your own business. She looked back all confused. I was like, it takes a village. And then I got off like 7 stops too early. I don't know. I'm not doing any segues. I had a speech impediment when I was a kid. You're doing zero segue. I had a very bad speech impediment. I couldn't say words. And I know what you're thinking. Homeschooled and speech impediment? Save some pussy for the rest of us, dude. Sorry, I get all the pussy. No, I had the word. I couldn't say words with R's in them, which is a very bad speech impediment to have because it's adorable. My parents loved it. They encouraged it. The problem is, because I'd say stuff that was cute. I'd be like, my mom is the prettiest girl in the world. But you're a baby in your parents' eyes forever. So, like, I grew up, I had new sentences. They were still encouraging it, but I was saying stuff like, I have a learner's permit. And they were like, oh, that's fucked up. Don't let that kid drive. So they sent me to speech therapy. I kind of wish they wouldn't have, just so I could be like a very bitter, confused 55-year-old man where I'm just like, hi, my name is Dan. I'm terribly addicted to heroin. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I had a relapse. just like, God damn, that is the cutest little felon I have ever seen. I sentence you to drink a juice. Oh, that's so fucking dumb. I don't know. You guys are cool. This is a good time. This is kind of... I wish I was in a band. A band is way cooler than comedy because they get to set up all their jokes in a fun way. Or all their jokes. Their songs. I think of everything in terms of comedy. My brain is broken. It kind of is. I started going to therapy recently. It's good. You have to go to therapy if you're not doing it. Yeah, it's nice. I'm learning a lot. Like, I see a psychologist 4 times a month, and I've learned that a psychiatrist can prescribe drugs and medication, and a psychologist is dead to me. I do not care about his opinion one bit. He just says mean stuff to me all the time, and I pay him for it. He's like, yeah, I think your problem is you have a little bit of social anxiety. I'm like, I think your problem is you're not a real doctor, man. Stop telling me how to live my life. No, I'm mostly mad at him because I'm 35, and I'm going for the first time, so my mental health could be anywhere. Like, I'm either completely healthy or schizophrenic. We will not know until a few more months from now. Like, I hope that this is a fun night for everyone. You, like, laugh and make memories and stuff. My number one hope for tonight is that you're all actually here right now. And I'm not in a hospital in Ohio somewhere, just touching glass, and there's like a big orderly standing over top of me. No one comes to visit him anymore. I'm just like, I'm killing right now. I wish that was the comedian I was, just like a very mentally unwell Jay Leno. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? There's bugs under my skin. I'm working on a math problem that proves I'm God. Mentally unwell Jay Leno. He's in my SNL packet. Lauren won't call me back. I don't know. I take Uber Pool a bunch to get around the city. You guys can too if you like work really hard and dream big. If you're not familiar with Uber Pool, it's a ride-sharing service, and the way that it works is you get 4 strangers who weren't willing to pay $3 more for privacy, and you shove them into the back of a car together. It is a Stanford prison experiment on wheels. Just whoever's the meanest is in charge of their Uber Pool. And I know that's how it works because I was on one a few years ago, and the last guy to get in got on, and he looked at everyone, and he went, "Everyone needs to cut Joe Paterno some slack." I was like, this is the best $4 I've ever spent. Please proceed. He goes, yeah, that guy did something bad. He also did a lot of good things. You wouldn't want to be judged for the worst thing you ever did. Then he made all of us tell him the worst thing we've ever done. He just turned that Toyota Corolla into an AA meeting. It was all. No one knew where to go with their lie. Like, the first guy was like, I steal my roommate's weed. And we were like, cool, man. The question wasn't what's the most relatable thing about you. Next guy went really big. He was like, I hit someone with my car and drove away. We were like, Jesus Christ, dude. Who hasn't? Welcome to the city. I hated the question, so when it was my turn, I went, hey, man, why don't you tell us the worst thing you ever did, and then I'll go. And he went, ooh, I see your point. We're not going to play this game anymore. And I was so happy. I thought I was the hero of that Uber Pool. But the 2 show and tell guys were really mad at me that I didn't say anything. So I was like, all right, forget this. Headphones on. Looking at the phone, just checking out for 10 minutes. Then a little time went by. I started feeling bad. I was like, I let my new friend out to dry. That wasn't cool. I'm going to go. So I go, when I was in college, I blacked out, and I took a dump in one of the dorm showers. And everyone blamed that on my roommate. And I let them believe that. And they called him Poop Boy for an entire year. But I knew in my heart I was Poop Boy. If I had to put a finger on it, I'd say that's the worst thing I've ever done. I looked up, and it was 2 new guys in my Uber Pool. I had to, like, catch them up on the whole thing. There was no winning. I was like, you know how Joe Paterno's bad, but not that bad, but you're kind of bad. The Joe Paterno guy was still in the car. He didn't help me out one bit. It was awful. I'm going to do one more thing, get out of here. I had a wrong number text message recently that I was kind of stoked for. It was pretty awesome. I got a text message, and it was 17 people. I didn't recognize any of the numbers, and it said, hey, guys, I'm organizing Johnson's bachelor party. Let me know what weekend works for you. And a bachelor party that big is several groups of friends mashed together that don't know each other. So I can fuck with them for a little bit, and they're not going to know I don't belong there. So I wait for everyone to respond, and I go, hey, guys, any weekend's good for me. Do you mind if I bring mushrooms for the entire bachelor party? And at first, no one responds, and then one guy says, giddy up. And then another guy sends the cowboy hat emoji, so I'm like, sweet, we got some momentum behind this. The only guy who's not on board, best man Jordan Labatt, he goes, hey, guys, Shelly doesn't want it to be that kind of weekend. And I'm newly popular with all his friends. So I go, hey, guys, Shelly ain't the boss of us. Say we put this one to a vote. And then cowboy hat guy backs me up right away. Jordan is so pissed. He sends me a text message, just me and him. He goes, hey, dude, I don't know what got into you, but I don't want to have this conversation. And I respond, we're not having this conversation. And then I took a screen cap of that and I sent it back to the main group. There's a new best man in town. Don't fuck with me. It was great. They all turned on Jordan. He had no power anymore. They were like, let's get a hotel room and trash it. I'm like, we can get as many hotel rooms as we want, man. Another guy was like, let's get MDMA. And I'm like, that's awesome that you went to the Wikipedia page for Molly. That's so cool. It was great. They just kept going. I would check in every once in a while. I told all my friends. Eventually, though, I remembered that I had gotten a call a few weeks before that from my little sister's boyfriend. And he called me to say that he asked my sister to marry him. And she said yes, and it would mean a lot to both of them if I maybe said a few words at their wedding. He teared up a little, and I lost some respect for him when that happened. The problem is I forgot my little sister's boyfriend's last name. That's not cool. That's bad. The real problem is I forgot my little sister's first name was Shelly. That was a really big mistake on my part. Yeah, she's been to all my Christmases. It is not a good... I had to call her and do damage control right away. I was like, hey, I'm stoked for the bachelor party. She goes, the guys can't wait to meet you. And I was like, I'll bet. All the guys? She was like, Jordan seems weird about you. I was like, yeah, that guy's a drug addict. I wouldn't listen to a fucking word he says. Oh, you guys are awesome. You ready to get this show started? Hell yeah. I am pumped for your first comedian. He has an awesome show at Lincoln Lodge called Agents of Chaos. He has the funniest TikTok I've ever...
Cool, okay? I hooked up with a girl pretty recently, which I'm pretty psyched about. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I feel like your boys are always pretty psyched to hear that you hooked up with a girl until you reveal that it was your wife. But like what? I can't be proud about crushing my wife's puss? What, is my wife's puss not worthy of being crushed? Her puss is just as valuable as any other puss, okay? Where my fucking boys at that love crushing their wife's puss, huh? Yo, let's fucking go. Let's go, dude. Yo, where my fucking ladies at that love dominating their man's balls? Let's fucking go, dude. Yo, hey. I ain't forget, all right? Where my fucking ladies at? They love scissoring their ladies raw. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go. I am actually married. It's not a prop, it's a promise, okay? We went on our honeymoon last year in Italy. Yeah, tight. Yeah, Italians. Let's fucking Italy. Yeah, we went to Italy for our honeymoon, and like every couple of nights, my wife would just be like, "Hey, what are you thinking about for dinner tonight?" And I would just Google spaghetti near me. And then show her the results and be like, "Oh, one of these places looks good." Hey, we're in Italy, okay, and we're not gonna eat spaghetti. It's basically Spaghetti City, okay. That's like booking Van Halen and telling him not to rock. Am I right? All right. I guess you guys don't think Van Halen rocks. Fuck you, dude. Cultural icons. We went to Pompeii while we were there, and something I learned about Pompeii, which like they never tell you about Pompeii when you learn about it in school, was that it was frozen at a time when phalluses, which is just a fancy word for penis, like the cock and balls, like the simple drawing, we've all seen them. Phalluses were considered to be really good luck. They're just everywhere in Pompeii. You'll be walking down a fucking Roman road just contemplating how insignificant your life is, and you'll just stumble upon like a 2,000-year-old penis that some idiot drew That's like, dude, that's like, imagine if Chicago was destroyed and then 2,000 years later, all the archaeologists found were just a bunch of hot dogs. These guys only ate hot dogs. Dude, it's just, I don't know. I also learned apparently something like during that time, you could tell if a territory was dominated or like basically taken over by Rome based on how many phalluses there were everywhere. Can you imagine just like walking into a town and being like, seeing a bunch of dicks and then being like, I'm in danger. Like, just imagine if O Block was just covered in penises. Like, fucking dude, I don't know. I do feel like it's at least like proof that we have put like a dent in misogyny like a little bit. Like, yeah, a woman hasn't been president, but at least our flag isn't a penis. You know? Oh. Let's go, dude. Let's go. That's such a dude thing to do, too. You know, just fucking like, man, this thing's fucking good luck. I get laid every time this thing comes out. Yeah. Incredibly stupid. So funny though. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Well, have you guys all seen the videos where they throw babies into swimming pools? Yeah. So I feel like if we can teach babies how to survive falling into a pool, then we can also teach babies how to survive being in a hot car. Put that baby in a sauna, okay? That is a hot car training facility, and we aren't utilizing it. The only reason why this is on my mind is last summer and now this summer on Logan Boulevard in Western, there is a massive billboard that's just absolutely dire. That's just like, stop putting babies in hot cars. I did a little Google search. Hot car baby deaths, 2022, 2023, Chicago. You know how many there were? Fucking 0. We did it, okay? We're going for that record, baby. Let's keep that record going. I like imagining that like sign is just up there for like one dude, you know, who's like, wait a minute, you can't shake babies or put them in hot places? Yeah, they're not a recipe for breaded chicken. Yeah. Excellent joke. I agree. I love that joke too. Love that joke. One of my buddies, I don't know. That's the end of the story. Exactly. I just think fundamentally, I don't know. Like, babies die if you leave them most places. Why are we just picking on cars, huh? I don't know. Cars rock. Let's go cars. No, fuck cars, dude. Well, fuck cars. Fuck cars. Fuck cars. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do drive. Sue me. Is anybody going up to their mom's house for Mother's Day? Dude, show that lady some respect, okay? She's somebody's wife. Let's fucking go. I was driving though. I was driving in the suburbs not too long ago, near my mom's house, and I wasn't really paying attention, and I rolled through a stop sign, and I almost hit a guy with my car, and he was like pretty pissed, you know. Like, so he like just starts yelling at me. He's like, "You fucking, what the fuck? You don't know how to fucking drive. What are you fucking doing?" And before I can even turn and start to apologize, some dude across the street jumps out of his truck, and to the guy that I almost hit, he yells, "No, motherfucker, that was your fault. You should have looked both ways." And just like that, I was no longer involved. It was now an argument between a guy that almost got hit by a car and some dude that just had some opinions about it. This fucking driver's rights activist saw a pedestrian abusing a driver, and he was like, not on my watch. So I did the only thing that I could do, which was just kind of watch it for a second, and then quietly roll away in my Honda Fit, park, and then eat my salad like the little city cuck I am, and just kind of watch it from a distance. And wouldn't you know it, another dude in the truck pulls up and starts yelling at this pedestrian. This poor guy, this poor dude just tried to cross the street and he got ripped apart by wolves. Imagine if he was a cyclist, though. They would have executed him on the spot. I pooped recently. Yeah. In a toilet, okay? In a toilet. Some of you guys might be thinking right now, like, big fucking whoop, John. I poop in toilets. Tell that to my nephew, okay? He shits his pants all the time. But I did it. I was at a Chipotle, and I went into the bathroom, and here's the thing. I did it knowing that the toilet was, like, very clogged. Like, when I walked in, it looked like a salad bowl of, like, toilet paper and just, like, mess. Like, when I sat down, I thought my butt was going to, like, kiss the top of it. So I pooped. And then when I got done, I wanted to tell the guys at the counter that their toilet was clogged. But I didn't want them to be like, why would you still poop on that? So I left. But then I still, like, felt really bad. So I decided to, like, phone it in, like an anonymous tip. So I called him, and the dude was like, hello, Chipotle. And I was just like, hey, your toilet's clogged. And he was like, we know. Bring the key back. So I hung up, threw the key in the river, never went to that Chipotle again. Thank you guys so much. My name is John Walter Stockwell.
Oh, give it up for John one time. He is banned from the bathroom. All right. We're going to keep this show going. I'm pumped for your next comedian. She actually does psychic readings every Sunday on her Instagram Live if you want to do that. I'm probably going to do it. I want to see where my life's going. Anyway, guys, start clapping now for the very funny Grace Baller.
Oh my God. Hi, guys. How are we? Okay, alive? Good. Good. There's probably some dead people in here, though, with us. Everybody say hi to the ghost. Say hi. That's probably the most fun they've had, like, ever. Seriously, what would it be like to be ignored all the time? I can't imagine. Just kidding, I can. I'm a woman. Yay! Okay. I'm crazy. Yeah! Oh my God, did you also do coke tonight? Yes, you have a Pornhub bag. Yes, you did. It is giving coke. I love it. Among other love. Okay, what do you do? What's your favorite drug?
Probably MDMA.
Wow, vintage. So retro.
Coffee's pretty good.
Coffee's good. I had one of the free coffees. Anybody else? I feel like that right now. I'm like vibrating. I love it. It makes me feel like I did coke. Do you guys do coke? Yeah, okay. Sometimes people get tight when I ask that. And I'm an empath, okay? So I can sense where your buttholes are at. I am an empath. Any other empaths in here? Yeah. Ooh, spooky. No, listen, I love being an empath. I can really feel the vibes. I really can. Like, I'm so much of an empath that when I watch porn, I get horny. But Coke. Back to why I'm here. Listen, if you do Coke, yay. If you don't do Coke, that's okay. My advice for you then would be to do Coke. Life is short, you guys. Make it go faster. Yeah. Live, laugh, love. That's what I sound like. I sound like one of those wooden signs that every white woman owns. Yeah. The ones that like you find at the back of a Marshalls or a Ross or a TJ Maxx if you're that kind of a bitch. Like one that just says, "But first, coffee." It's so fun. It's so fun. I wore a fun outfit tonight. I love fashion as self-expression. I feel like we hear since we're kids that fashion is a means of self-expression, but like the older I get, the more I'm understanding it. Yeah, it's so fun to be able to express yourself, and we're in a country that is so constipated. Like seriously, America needs to take a big fat shit. So the shoes I have on are Converse. I'm very down to earth, very relatable. I'm very grounded, okay? But they are platforms because I love to elevate women. The jeans that I have are from Zara. And then the top is, I think, from Forever 21. Yeah, so really, I just want to say, shout out to the kids that made this possible. Before you get upset with me, I did thrift everything, okay? So it's secondhand crime. No, the crime is that it was on sale. No, the crime was child labor. Yeah, not a good look. But a really good look. Okay. I'm in a really fun era of my life. I know John mentioned that he drove here. I also drove here. Crazy. I recently got a car back in the fall. I got my first car ever. I really wanted to contribute to the group project that is climate change. I really wanted to be included. I wanted to pull my weight, okay? And before I had a car, I had a Vespa scooter. I don't know if you guys know what a Vespa is. It's like a motorcycle that's a little bit... It's a gay motorcycle. I beeped around on that for a while. But then I had to sell it because giving roadhead on it was just too hard. That angle, I told you I'm crazy. And now I have a Subaru. Yeah. It's so fun. No, I love it. I feel like because it's a Subaru, it cancels out that it's a car somehow. Yeah, it makes sense to me. So I love it. And I've got bumper stickers on it. I'm a bumper stick bitch. Those bumper stickers that say like baby on board? So I have one that just says hot woman on board. Crash into me, I dare you. Let's kiss. And then I also have one that on the back that says honk if you want to raise the collective consciousness. Yeah, people get really into that one. Everybody's honking at me. One guy got so into it that he actually pulled up beside me, he rolled down his window and he called me a bitch. It's like, way to go, raise the vibes, sir. Raise the vibes. At the same time that I got my car, I also did another crazy thing, and I left my corporate job. I left her. Yeah, thank you for clapping. I got fired. Yeah, she believed she could, so she did. I'm an inspirational woman. I used to, in the corporate world, I was in tech. I was a woman in tech. If anyone cares. No, listen, even though I got fired, I still am a woman in tech because I have a vibrator. Yeah. Oh, we have a lot of women in tech then. Tonight, I see you, and I want to be the first to say, welcome. Happy to have you in the community. You guys are slow. I like that. It's so fun. It's fun to being me. Powerful, divine feminine. I'm a girl boss. I'm a girl boss. Okay, the room feels that way about women. That's cool. You made that very clear. I am a girl boss. I started to embrace the identity very ironically, just as a bit, and now I unironically believe in myself. It's Very fun. I highly recommend it. Changing my life. I'm insufferable. And if you don't know what a girl boss is, literally do not worry, okay? Because I have a really good opportunity for you. Some of you already know. A girl boss is a woman who's a total bitch in high school, but who is just a little bit too dumb to become a nurse. And I love that we're all thinking about one girl right now. But I feel like this room, looking at everyone here, we were all bullied. Yeah? Some of it. Oh, okay. Someone was the bully. Hurt people. So, fun. But I'm no longer. I still am a girl boss. Now I'm just an unemployed girl boss. Yeah, unemployed girl boss. Finding out what my new passions in life are. I did recently take a 6-week psychic medium class. Yeah, it's so cool. So if anybody wants me to talk to any dead people, yeah, no guarantees on who's gonna be, but somebody will show up. So always guaranteed, someone will show up. It's very fun. I'm really like going through this fun little spiritual awakening. Has anyone here done that? Like clap if you've gone through a spiritual awakening. Yeah, that's the most people in one room I've ever heard. We should start a cult. I would be so good at leading that. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Welcome. That's why I have you all here. I'm kidding. Am I? Yeah. But I'm going through this fun little spiritual awakening. Yeah, I am. And has anyone here? It's cool. And before I did all this psychic stuff, I used to see a lot of psychics. Clap if you've been to a psychic before I had a reading done. Okay, everybody here, you guys have to go do it. Okay? You have to. It's literally so fun. One time I did a past life regression with a psychic, and she told me in a past life I was a French priest in the 1700s, and I died in a fire. Yes, so it's actually so brave of me to smoke weed. It's so brave of me to rip bowl after bowl after bowl, honey. It's so brave. My favorite part about my little spiritual journey that I've been on is getting really into crystals. And they're like, yeah, you can believe in rocks now. That's a thing. No, it's so much fun. Like I was really into rocks as a kid, and now I'm a bisexual witch. Crazy how that works. And I drive a Subaru. Wow. Haunting. And if you're thinking about getting into crystals, I highly recommend that you do. The first 2 eye stones that I ever got, and it's like a really good starter pack, sodalite and fluorite. If you don't know, it's for protection. This guy knows. For protection. So cute, so iconic, so chic, so fun. But I got chlamydia. Yeah. And if you feel bad for me, don't, because it did take care of the baby. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good rest of your lives.
Oh, give it up for Grace, everybody. I don't know who it was out of you guys that did this, but I love that you clearly didn't give enough of a response for her spiritual journey at one point, and then when she asked if you guys fucked with crystals, there was just one dude who's like, I got this. Yeah! I fuck with Bush Light and crystals. This guy rules. All right, you guys ready to keep this show going? Fuck yeah. Your next comic, you guys are going to love him. He's a regular here at the Jungle. Guys, give it up for Mitchell Potts.
When my mom was pregnant with me, she read this book called The Gentle People, and she told me she was really glad she read it because I'm a gentle person. Wish she would have read a book about lifting weights and fucking. My mom's great, though. She tries to encourage me. I don't have a whole lot of success with the ladies, and she's like, Mitchell, someone will like you. You act just like Eeyore. And it's like, what am I supposed to say to a woman? Like, hey, I might not be hung like a horse, but I'm sad like a fictional donkey. My mom's very religious, so her opinions are shit. She's pro-life, but she owns a shirt that says life starts at Margaritaville. And it's like, look, either change your views or give me that shirt. I think that when you're a kid, you don't really realize that your parents could be attracted to other people. Like, I remember one time when I was 10, I was watching TV with my dad, and Pam Anderson came on the TV. And my dad pointed at the TV, and he said, she's hot, don't you think? And I got mad. I yelled, no! Only mom's hot! I have a bit of a drinking problem. I get aggressively liberal when I drink. I just black out and yell about George Bush. I think if I ever got pulled over for drinking and driving, I would probably look the cop straight in the eyes and say something like, hey, pig. Can't you at least acknowledge that I'm getting this DUI on stolen land? A bunch of men's bodies were found in Lake Michigan last summer. And my parents called me and asked if I was worried about getting murdered by a serial killer. And I wasn't, because I know how much a couch weighs. The average weight of a small couch is 256 pounds. I weigh 263 pounds. Nobody wants to finish doing their favorite thing and then move a couch. I heard my grandpa say the phrase perfect titties last weekend. And I've been struggling with my sobriety ever since. And like, sure, I should have had my shirt on at the table. But I was just trying to let the puppies breathe. Read an article the other day that said that you lose 6 minutes of your life for every hot dog that you eat. Which is a crazy way to find out that I've been dead for like 10 years. Lost 30 pounds last summer? Yeah. Still look bad. Yeah. But what spurred that is I was at karaoke one night, you know, just doing my thing. And after I finished my song, some guy came up to me and was like, hey, man, you're like the fat Marvin Gaye. And I said, couldn't you have said the white Marvin Gaye? And he said, no. You're more fat than white. So I lost the weight, which is tough because I like food. Like, I think food is better than sex, and I could prove it to you. Food is better than sex because some people add food to spice up their sex life. But no one adds sex to spice up their food. No one's like, hey, you know what would go great with these wings? Dick. I'm not a real horny guy. Like, I heard one of my roommates having sex the other day, and I wasn't even jealous. I just thought, thank God I don't got to do all of that. Moving around. I don't know. I don't like being horny. I think being horny makes you crazy. Like, the last time I had sex, I said, I own you. I don't even own a car. I don't watch porn. I don't like porn. I think porn is way too aggressive. Like, every video is just called, like, woman gets destroyed. And I would like to see a video that's called, like, woman gets promotion. Yeah. And then falls in love with an ugly comedian and tells him, you don't have to work anymore. Mama's gotcha. I do have a girlfriend now, which, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Which surprises me because I thought I was too dumb to get one. I'm so dumb. I had to do I did a math problem so poorly in college, they made me be the janitor. Which is the opposite of that one movie. I'm real dumb. I have to talk really slowly on stage because I jumble up all of my words. And a comedy club posted a video of me doing comedy, and the top comment was, "This bitch talks like he's double spaced." I'm a better ex-boyfriend than I am a boyfriend. I know I'm a better ex-boyfriend than I am a boyfriend because my last 3 girlfriends are still on my HBO account. Sometimes I like to log on and see that they've all been watching, like, Sex and the City and say to myself, oh, yeah. Oh, Sugar Daddy Potts is still taking care of his girls. I don't know. The way I see it is that if I've ever clogged your toilet, you should get to watch Euphoria for free for the rest of your life. I don't know. Pretty sick like that. I watch a lot of reality TV with my girlfriend. We watch The Golden Bachelor. Has anyone seen that? Yeah, I guess so. If you haven't seen The Golden Bachelor, what it is just The Bachelor, but with, like, elderly people. Yeah. I think the show would be better, though, if they added, like, one 25-year-old contestant. And she won. And The Golden Bachelor's like, I don't know what it is. I just really connected with Ashley. I'll finish with this. I used to be a garbage man in southern Indiana. And the worst thing that I ever found is some family threw out an entire horse for me to deal with. And let me know that horse was dead and not just taking a nap. They wrapped the hooves in garbage bags and spray painted the word trash on it. And I went up to the door and I was like, sir, I'm a trash guy. I'm not animal control. There's nothing I'm going to do with your horse. And he said, sir, can you even read? That horse clearly says the word trash on it. And I said, sir, even if I could read, there's nothing I'm going to do with your horse. So I leave. The next day I drive by and the horse is on fire. So I drive away. The next day I drive by and there are 5 garbage bags filled with ash and bone. With the word horse spray painted on all of them. So I picked those up. All right, thank you. That's been my time. I've been Mitchell Potts.
Mitchell Potts, ladies and gentlemen. I love your excitement, dude. You're the best guy. But fucking, hell yeah. All of you could have gotten a pound, but he's more fun. All right, keep this going. I'm pumped for your next comedian, one of the funnest guys in the city. Guys, give it up for Adam Adise.
Humble Jungle, how we feeling? We good? I know you guys heard the name Adam and didn't expect a nigga, but here we are. Yeah. You guys read the weird Bible. I don't know about that. Adam and Eve being white, both of them? That's crazy. It's pretty clear to me that Adam was a black man and Eve was a toxic white lady who ruined his life. You gotta pay attention to the context clues, people. The story is about ribs and homicide. I mean, damn. It's a bit on the nose if you ask me. It might as well be about an interracial couple in Kansas City. That shit's gross. I like being a black guy with the name Adam. It's my little bit of white privilege. Shit's nice. I get it, sir. I understand. Yeah. I know you guys don't believe me, but I've got 3 brothers, and their names are Menelik, Tinsai, and Fasika. And my name's Adam, so whoa, that was a close one, yeah. I was born with an 850 credit score. This shit is gas. I like it a lot. Yeah. Our names are that because we're Ethiopian. I know there's no Ethiopians in here I can see. And I like being Ethiopian. Ethiopia's cool. Ethiopia is the only country in Africa to never be colonized. So to your racist grandparents, suck it. You know, it's like, yeah. We out here flex on you whites. Yeah. I did 23andMe to confirm that stat. My results came back 100% Ethiopian. DNA so pure, Angelina Jolie slid in my DMs. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Okay. Call my ass the womb raider. I'm in there, bro. It's crazy she did that. She just went to Ethiopia and adopted these kids. I'm in America like, yo, pick me. What the fuck? I'd be breastfeeding until today. Yeah. It's wild she did that because she's only rich from entertainment. I'm in entertainment. So now I got to get real rich and adopt like 4 trailer park kids from Rockford, Illinois. You know? Yeah. The tables have turned. Adopt, don't shop. You know what I mean? I like living in Chicago. Chicago's a cool-ass city, man. It sucks. I've been here about almost 6 years now, and I still have to answer the same stupid questions back home. Oh, my God, Chicago, the gangs, the crime, the gangs. I can't lie to my family and friends. There is a serious gang problem in the city. My car was actually stolen by the worst gang in the city, the government. And, yeah. Now, I do like the city a lot, but I'm going to be very vulnerable with you guys right now. I love action movies. I love fight sequences. Sometimes a director will do something cool or very honest in an action movie where like somebody will get a gun pulled on them and they'll pee their pants. And I'm like, damn, that's believable. I believe that. But then I got robbed at gunpoint. And I didn't pee my pants, but I got really hard. I was like, ah. If there's one thing niggas hate more than cops, it's homophobia. And, yeah, it's a good thing he was wearing that ski mask, because if he put that gun on my ass, I would have sprayed on his face. And, shout out to Nathan, yeah. I know, yeah, it's inside baseball, yeah, I know. Fuck those niggas, bro, what the fuck, man? For real is right. Don't say, actually, I don't know if I like that. That felt personal. Nah, that's crazy. I do like Chicago a lot, though. Chicago is, like, easily the best major city to be fake rich in. I can feel the credit card debt right there. I can feel it, yeah. Let's go. Bring it down. Bring it down. Being poor in America is great because it's like hanging out with a rich friend who will pay your tab, and that friend's name is China. Run it up. You know, who gives a fuck, dog? This shit's cooked. No, I like Chicago a lot. It's a great city to be fake rich in. And I love comedy. I want to go to New York one day and do comedy, but I can't get away from the cost of living here. It's just incredible. I found an apartment in Chicago, $900 a year. It's called the Blue Line. And, you know, honestly, if you don't mind piss and crack smoke, that shit's fire for real, you know? I ride the Blue Line every day, and it sucks because I'm black. So it makes these homeless guys feel like they can get something from me, and it's annoying as shit. All right, that was just a personal thing, you know? Yeah. We were talking about porn. Are you really rocking porn merch?
I was gonna say you should try the red line, but yeah.
No, I know the red line, bro. Yeah, I got good money like that. I don't need Pornhub merch. Porn merch is fucking wild, bro. I thought I was a pervert. You're nasty, dog.
Sorry, bro.
Did you watch porn today?
No, not today.
Not today, but what's your go-to category?
Meal stuff? I don't know.
Me and you both, bro. I asked that question one time at a show. This girl was like, gangbangs, and you know. No, I mean, I get it. I like gangbangs because I like teamwork, you know? It's like there's something about races coming together that make it, you know. I can't wait for a class action lawsuit to come against our generation with porn. Dude, porn is crazy, bro. Porn sets up unrealistic expectations. Again, I'm a black guy. That shit's fucking wild, bro. If we were all built like that, we would be in charge. You know? All right, that laugh was a little bit too personal for me, okay? You know? I don't know. It sets up unrealistic expectations. I went home with this white girl. We were about to fuck. We get naked. She's like, put your Timbs back on. I was like, yo, chill. What the fuck? I was like, you know, it's exciting. It's a Friday night. I was thinking about having sex tonight. And then I ate Culver's. And I was like, damn. All right, that's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We'll cuddle, you know. Ladies, any ladies here in a relationship? Yeah. Has your significant other ever helicoptered his dick at you before? Yep. I know. I want to helicopter my dick. I want to do it, but I don't want to misrepresent my helicopter, you know? Like when a man helicopters his dick, you think like Apache, Blackhawk. Mine's like more one of those silly hats with a little thing on it. It's like, all right, it won't destroy your village, but it'll make you smile and feel good, you know? It's just... God, porn is wild. Drug users in the crowd, drug users. Yeah. Now, I just hung up my cocaine jersey, unless you have some right now. Then we can kind of, you know, but I think 13 years is enough. I think that's enough. I've heard every business plan ever. I know them all. I can tell you what's wrong with them. I know all the holes in them. I know what every kitchen in the Gold Coast looks like at sunrise. I know exactly what they look like. Yeah, so I think my time is done. I still love drugs, though. Drugs are great. I still rock the trifecta, Molly, mushrooms, weed is the best. I was flying from New York a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy in my flight that was on mushrooms. It was me. And wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend going on an airplane on mushrooms. What do they tell you when you go to the airport? If you see something, say something. If you see something, say something. Nigga, I'm seeing everything. And, you know, I'm feeling something. That nigga right there is not real. Whoa. Now, I usually take the first flight out. I like to party, so I usually just like ride the lightning into that first flight out. And the mushroom thing was a situation where like I was just like went to the airport, forgot I had the mushrooms, I had to eat them before I got on the flight. You know, fuck it, you know, whatever. But I'm worried because like one of these nights, I'm sure like I'll end up being on Molly, going to the airport, and like that's dangerous, because the airport is the horniest place on earth. Every time I walk into an airport, I'm convinced I'm gonna meet my wife. You know, that misconnection kind of thing. Next thing you know, I'm on Molly on a flight. I take my shirt off. I'm duct taped down, and everything's all fucking fucked up. Yeah. I'm poor. It's not really a joke. I just need help. Okay. No. Single ladies in the crowd. Single ladies. I don't have a joke. I don't have a joke. I'm just gonna say hi. How you doing? No, we're joking around. We're joking around. Ah, man, thank you for the light. It's good to be in Chicago. I like being in Chicago because, again, you guys are like woke white guys. I'm from Maryland, which is technically the South. So I grew up hearing, I know you guys don't believe me, but I was below the Mason-Dixon line. So, like, I used to hear the N-word a lot growing up. But it's cool to be in Chicago because white guys here are so woke. They don't say the N-word. They say something worse. They say, buddy. Fuck that shit. No. Call me a nigga and let's be friends, okay? Please don't call me a nigga after the show. I will fight you, okay? All of you. I'm trying to be a better black guy, though. I'm trying to be a better black person. I'm trying to help my white friends stop getting in trouble on Twitter. So I'm like, what word can I, present to white people to help replace the N-word in our vocabulary? The word that I came up with is colleague. I think that's the safest bet there is. Colleague, yeah. It makes C-SPAN hilarious. It's awesome. I just want you guys to go back to work on Monday, open your Teams meeting. It's like, oh, you have a meeting with your colleague, Emily. And you're like, damn, I didn't know Emily was a nigga, bro. Good for her. My name is Adam. Thank you for supporting live comedy. Have a good night. Peace.
Keep it going for Adam, everybody. Just pull back the showbiz curtain. If you say you're single and people aren't stoked on it, you get the light. So, all right, are you guys ready for your final comedian of the night? Hell yeah, she just got back from LA. She was doing the Netflix is a Joke Fest. Guys, give it up for Unji Kim, everybody.
Give it up for my colleague, Dan Dree. I did just get back from LA. LA sucks. It sucks. Has anyone ever been to LA? Yeah, it sucks. You know, I did, however, make an enemy when I was out in LA, so it did kind of made the trip worth it. You know what I mean? Has anyone made an enemy recently? It's kind of like a young person's game. I felt like rejuvenated. I have like a pep in my step. I feel like I'm a young woman of 21. It's like, oh, I like literally looked at this woman and I was like, oh, you'll rue the day. I feel alive. I love holding grudges. I actually had to break up with my therapist because she kept trying to have me make peace, and I was like, fuck you. It's what drives me. I need it. Yeah, I was in LA, whatever. So I am 41 years old, and yeah, no one ever likes it. That's fine. And it's fine. When I was out in LA, and I have this I understand that I have a youthful vibe. You know what I mean? I'm spry. And I think that I have this youthful air about me just because I have the accomplishments of a much younger woman. And a pro tip, ladies: a failure keeps you moist. Is true. I think some of it is just times was. I used to tell people my age, and people used to kind of be like, oh, you look great for your age, you know? But I guess white women started using lotion in 2016. And now none of us are allowed to age anymore. It's kind of fucked up, you know, right? You had to look good into your 30s, and now it's your 40s, and now all of us have to be hot forever. You know, we just can never stop moisturizing. Gonna have to slide into the grave because you're so slippery. You know what I mean? That's fine. I am 41. I am also married. Yes, no one ever likes that either. That's fine. I'm also bi, so yeah, okay. Is it okay? Yeah. That's the kind of guy that's kiss. Your friends. No, I am bi and I am married. Being bi and married kind of makes me feel like I'm in the queer National Guard. You know what I mean? It's not a part of my everyday. But if I'm ever called upon to serve, I am trained. I'm 41, I'm married. I also have 2 children. I have 2 kids. Yeah, thank you. I am, okay, the abortion crowd, cool. I've had abortions too, okay? I'm a mom, but I'm a cool mom. Yeah, I am a mom. I I gave birth a little over a year ago. So, yes, I know. Thank you. I look incredible. Thank you. But that means that I gave birth at 40, which puts me in this sort of like weird body situation where I am not only postpartum, but I am also starting menopause. Oh, no, you guys don't know what about menopause? Okay. It's very popular. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with menopause, let me explain to you what it is. It's basically puberty in reverse. Okay, like in puberty, your body is kind of like a pop-up restaurant. You know what I mean? Like it's like hot, and everyone wants to go to it, and people want to take pictures of it, and everything is juicy. My body in menopause is sort of like a 24-hour diner, where the night shift is like throwing away the sour meat, and people are like wiping down the tables, being like, "Well, that doesn't need to be wet anymore." I'm talking about my vagina. Dry. I'm going through menopause. The thing is, when I started going through it, like my brain kind of stopped working. So like, I don't know if you guys. I got tested for ADHD. Okay. Spoiler alert. Tested positive. But I had to do the whole 5-hour test. Do you guys any of you guys have to do it? You have to take a whole 5-hour test because they're not giving away the Adderall like they used to. All you Adderall piggies did ruin it for the rest of us. So I had to take the whole 5-hour test, and if you're not familiar with it, basically they test all parts of your intelligence along the IQ scale, okay? And my IQ for focus and attention was special needs. You know what I mean? Like, it might be illegal for my husband to be fucking me. I shouldn't be making my own financial decisions. And my score and my IQ between that and verbal and cognition was over 40 points, the spread was, right? It's like, that's a pretty big difference. And part of the function of the dude administering the test is to make sure I'm not intentionally fucking it up because of the Adderall thing. You know what I mean? And he told me as he was giving me the results, he was like, "Don't worry. I know you weren't faking it." Because it was clear you were trying very hard. Brutal to hear. But also, like, listen, I don't mind. My friends are so excited for me. They're like, "Oh, now you get to be prescribed Adderall," and they're so excited for me. And listen, okay, fine. But also, I don't know if I want to start doing meth at 40. Do you know what I mean? You guys know that's what Adderall is, right? It says amphetamine on the bottle. Like, kind of the greatest trick meth ever pulled. But also, if I start taking Adderall, I'm like worried that I might start becoming like a productive person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've created a life based on the fact that I am lazy and dumb. Look what I'm doing right now. I have 2 kids. Why am I in this basement? Why am I here? Also, if I start becoming productive and like I have to get a new husband. Do you understand? I have to get a better one. I have to get new friends. They're all losers. Like, I'm gonna go to law school and actualize my potential. Luck. I don't think so. So I'm cool with where I am being the loser. What was wild about the diagnosis is like realizing that so much stuff about my personality that I thought was like quirky and interesting turned out to be symptoms. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay. So I just thought I was like a manic pixie dream girl. Do you guys know what a manic pixie? You guys know what that is? Yeah. Okay. For those of you who don't, like, let me just explain. I own 3 ukuleles. Does that clarify? I have an entire like collection of small instruments that I learned underground, like Velvet Underground covers too. I'm bipolar, like it's a big part of that. I'm bipolar. I'm bisexual. I'm bi. You know. And the thing is, like, my husband actually married a manic pixie dream girl. Isn't that crazy? Do you guys know what happens when you marry a manic pixie dream girl? You take on her debt. Whimsy doesn't come cheap, okay? Free spirits don't have good credit. It's And the thing is, like, I don't know. I am. It's fine. I think it's interesting that I don't know the interesting stockings. I'm just thinking about it. Okay, let me try to find this. Sorry, guys. Do you guys know what happens to a dramatic pixie dream girl when she grows up? She becomes a medicated nightmare. Okay, I needed to get that off. I actually thought that I was ADHD just because I'm addicted to TikTok. Is anyone here addicted to TikTok? No? Everyone here is a liar? Okay. Yeah? No one? Okay, so if you don't want to speak up, you don't feel safe telling me what's on your algorithm, that does mean you're ashamed of yourself. Because I'm addicted. I am 100% addicted. And, like, the algorithm does know me. And my TikTok algorithm thinks that I am an Asian incel that just loves watching white women get ready. It's just all Jordan Peterson, cold plunge dudes. And then I don't know if you guys know this genre of incel. It's like dudes that only eat red meat. Like, yeah, like their entire ethos is like, if you're not eating like a lion, you're living like a pussy. And I love it. And then just like blonde teens curling their hair. What's weird about the blonde teens curling their hair and being so influenced by them, it is weird to be so influenced by teens that are old enough to be my abortion, you know? I'm like, oh, this is what it would have been like. But there's this thing on TikTok where Gen Z roasts millennials. You guys know about this, right? Yeah, like Gen Z is like, oh, millennials with their like side parts, stupid, skinny jeans, chuggy. But also Gen Z has canceled, like you guys are all Gen Z, right? Like I guess you guys have all canceled dancing with your hands over your head. You guys are like, oh, that's millennial, that's stupid or whatever, and that's fine. You know, I don't have any beef with Gen Z. I love what you guys are doing with the genders, the sexualities. Like, get them all in here. I like a buffet, but like this is the thing. You guys are young, so you guys haven't considered this. But let me ask you guys this: how else will you demonstrate that you don't care? Unless you're waving your hands in the air. Also, how will you demonstrate if you's a true player if you're not throwing your hands in the air? Also, good luck raising the roof. I am. Are there any immigrants in the crowd? Okay, good. The wall is working. You guys are also liberal. You're like, oh no. It's fine. I was just on Reddit looking up immigrants, and the thing is, that's where you go. And on the subreddit, immigrants, it was all white Americans posting about wanting to immigrate to Canada. And they're all seeking advice. And the thing is, like, if you're an immigrant, you know that your parents always have this, like, crazy, like, immigrant story where their, like, story is, we only managed to survive in this country because we pried a ruby out of your uncle's melting flesh as he burned alive in a match factory. So no, you can't quit clarinet. So I was just wondering what these Canadians are going to say to their kids. You know what I mean? Like, we knew when our neighbor misgendered our dog that it wasn't safe anymore. We had to escape Cincinnati. We came to Canada with nothing. We didn't even know the metric system. And also, the thing is, like, good riddance. If these people want to go to fucking Canada, great. Get out of here. That means that if you can't handle America at its worst, you don't deserve us at our best. You don't deserve us with our huge bags of chips, our rivers of Diet Coke, and our incredible content, okay? Have fun watching The Real Housewives of Ottawa, bitch. Thank you, guys.
Oh, give it up for Unji, everybody. Give it up for all the comics you saw. All right, we're going to take a brief 20-minute intermission, grab some drinks, have a smoke, do whatever, and then come back because Sapphire Street's going to be playing for you guys. So give it up for them. I will see you in 20.